Hello and welcome to Whiskey Resource. My name is Mark and this is review number 22. I'm going to get straight into it. Today I'm going to be doing a review of another 10-year-old. I've been doing a series of 10-year-old whiskies and this is the next one in the lineup. It is the Aberlour 10. Now unfortunately the Aberlour 10 is now discontinued. I was debating whether I was going to do it as my Friday review for the first Friday of the month, but decided that because you can still pick it up in most big retailers, supermarkets, online, at the normal big players, I decided that actually no, it might as well be a regular 10-year-old review. Now this is actually the second time I've tried to record this video. I did try switching to my laptop to record it. Unfortunately I wasn't getting any microphone pickup at all from my external microphone. My laptop's nearly 12-year-old. It just wouldn't pick up any audio from the mic. So then I tried my other laptop here, which is a little bit older again, and again no mic pickup. So I'm back to my phone for the moment. Anyway, Aberlour 10-year-old. It's bottled at 40% ABV. Has an average retail price of £32.48. It is chill filtered from what we gather, and it has E150 colour added. So being a 10-year-old, it gets an average value score of 83.75. So for those people who haven't watched my videos previously, an average value score is based on those factors I've just quoted there. So it looks at the age of the whiskey, it looks at the ABV of the whiskey, and then it looks at some of the quality factors around the whiskey. So does it have chill filtration, which can remove some of those oils and flavours from the whiskey? And then does it have added colour to try and enhance the presentation, which is just artificial really. It is, I suppose, it does try and convince your brain that you're drinking a quality whiskey or a nicer whiskey by having a bit more colour. Doesn't work, because Ardbeg 10, for example, is a really pale whiskey and it's still very nice. If you haven't seen my review for that, go ahead and check that one out. So the 10-year-old was the youngest in Aberlour's core range of whiskies. Now it's been discontinued, no mention at all on their website. The 12-year-old now takes up the mantle as their youngest core range whisky, with an age statement. Of course they do other whiskies which don't have age statements, a little bit more pricey than even the 12-year-old. I'm not sure if they do a cheaper kind of version, but we'll see. So onto the nose. It's got big sherry on the nose. Being a sherry matured whiskey, I'm not surprised at that. So I'm getting toffee, sweet, maybe caramel, honey. The spice to it, cinnamon, maybe. I'm about to taste this out of my whiskey tasting glass I got from the Newcastle Whiskey Festival, which was on the 29th of February. An extremely great value, well put on event by the Whiskey Lounge. If you're not familiar with the Whiskey Lounge, go and check them out. They're a great ambassador to whiskey knowledge. So on the palate. It's creamy. It's fruitcake sherried. So you've got the normal sherried fruits, the raisin, the sultana, tiny bit of cherry, and of course you've got the cinnamon, a little bit of allspice, maybe toffee, a little bit of honeycomb, maybe. I would say on the sherry factor, this is a little bit more sherry intense than the Glenfarclas 10-year-old. Again, you can check that review out. But it is an equally nice whiskey. There's a tiny bit on the nose, a tiny bit of like a baby sick kind of smell, kind of slightly off cream. You get an oak as well. It is a very nice dram. I'm going to put a little bit of water in, see what the water does to it. So being a 40, leave it at that, being a 40% ABV, it won't take a lot of water. It is quite a young whiskey in the scheme of age statement whiskies. Yeah, I think the adding the water maybe released a little bit more spice, a bit more of the oak is coming through. It's subdued a bit of the fruitiness. So with an average value score of 83.75, that's just an indicator as to whether or not you're getting a good value for the money paid, or you're getting rewarded by a quality whiskey for the price. And a lot of whiskies, certainly in the 10-year-old age range, at the lower price point, sit at about an 83 and 84. There are a few that sit below that, and there are certainly many more that sit high up in the 90s. They tend to be the those that would be bottled at 46% ABV, be non-chill filtered, be natural colour. So for overall, I like this as much as I do the Glenfarclas 10. Whilst they're both sherry finished, they are slightly different, equally as nice to one another. I am sad to see this 10-year-old disappear off the shelves. If you can get hold of it, now's the time to get hold of it. I haven't seen any discontinued pricing yet. It seems to be holding its retail price quite well still. There must be quite a bit of stock out there at the minute. I don't think there's any great push to clear it off the shelves, but grab a bottle if you can. It's a really good example of a relatively young sherried whiskey. It's great for beginners, people new to whiskey, people who want to experience maybe a sherried whiskey, but they don't really want to go for anything that is particularly high strength or anything that is particularly of a sherry bomb. I've not covered any sherry bomb whiskies yet, but I will be covering sherry bombs. So I'm going to give it an 85, the same as the Glenfarclas 10-year-old as the overall score, and I would say that grab this one if you can. It's a great value whiskey overall. Thanks.